This is part 4. The Last Wish. 6 months later, Naomi stood in the kitchen of their new apartment in Portland, Oregon, far away from New York, far away from the memories, far away from everything that had happened. She was making pancakes, Lily's favorite breakfast. "Naomi!" Lily called from the living room. "Hurry! The news is starting!" Naomi carried 2 plates of pancakes to the couch where Lily sat, remote control in hand. The little girl was 7 now. Her birthday had been last month. They'd celebrated with cake and presents and a small party with the few friends Lily had made at her new school. She was smiling more these days, laughing, acting like a normal kid. The nightmares still came sometimes, but less often now. Therapy was helping. Time was helping. Love was helping. Naomi sat down beside her, and Lily immediately snuggled against her side. It had become their routine, watching the morning news together before Lily went to school and Naomi went to her new job at a local clinic. The news anchor's face filled the screen. "Good morning. Today marks 6 months since the Genesis Pharmaceuticals scandal broke. The trial of Dr. Alexander Cade and 15 co-conspirators continues in New York. Our reporter is live at the courthouse with an update." The screen cut to a reporter standing outside a federal courthouse. "Thank you, David. Dr. Alexander Cade appeared in court yesterday for day 43 of what prosecutors are calling the trial of the century. New evidence was presented showing that Genesis Pharmaceuticals conducted illegal experiments on over 3,000 people across a 25-year period." Naomi watched as they showed footage of Cade being led into the courthouse in handcuffs. He looked old now, broken. Nothing like the powerful man who had once controlled so much. Dr. Miranda Cole, Cade's second-in-command, has agreed to testify against him in exchange for a reduced sentence. She provided detailed information about the company's operations, including the murders of researchers James and Susan Chen in 2012 and doctors Vincent and Victor Park earlier this year. The screen showed a photo of Vincent and Victor side by side. Naomi's breath caught. Even after 6 months, seeing Vincent's face still hurt. Lily squeezed her hand. "Uncle Vincent looks happy in that picture. He was happy, especially at the end, because he knew we would keep each other safe." The news continued. The prosecution's star witness has been Naomi Chen, daughter of the murdered researchers. Miss Chen, now 24, has testified extensively about her experience uncovering the conspiracy. She has been praised for her bravery and is being called a hero by victim advocacy groups. The screen showed a clip from Naomi's testimony last month. She watched herself on the stand, speaking clearly and firmly about everything that had happened. She barely recognized that version of herself. So confident, so strong. Miss Chen has also adopted Lily Park, daughter of one of the murdered doctors. The two have relocated to an undisclosed location and are reportedly doing well. Lily pointed at the screen. "That's us. We're famous." "A little bit famous," Naomi said with a small smile. "But we like our privacy better, don't we?" "Yeah. I like it when people don't know who we are. It's easier to make friends that way." The news moved on to other stories. Naomi turned off the TV and they ate their pancakes in comfortable silence. After Lily left for school, Naomi walked her there every morning and picked her up every afternoon. Naomi returned to the apartment and looked at the envelope sitting on her desk. It had arrived yesterday, forwarded from her lawyer. The return address just said VP, Vincent Park. But that was impossible. Vincent had been dead for 6 months. With shaking hands, Naomi opened the envelope. Inside was a letter in Vincent's handwriting and a small USB drive. She unfolded the letter and began to read. "Dear Naomi, if you're reading this, then 6 months have passed since my death. I wrote this letter the day before I died, and I gave it to my lawyer with instructions to send it to you after the trial was over and you were safe. First, I need to tell you how proud I am of you. I'm writing this before any of it happens, but I know, I absolutely know, that you fulfilled my last wish. You saved Lily. You stopped Genesis Pharmaceuticals. You were brave and strong, and everything I knew you could be. I wish I could be there to see the woman you've become. I wish I could watch you raise Lily and build a new life. I wish we could have had our future together, the one we dreamed about on the hospital roof. But since I can't be there, I want to make sure you have everything you need to be happy. The USB drive contains 3 things. First, a video message from me to you. Watch it alone when you're ready. It's personal. Second, a video message from me to Lily. Show it to her when she's older, maybe when she turns 18. It explains everything about her father, about what happened, about why I asked you to take care of her. Third, and most important, bank account information. When Victor and I were investigating Genesis Pharmaceuticals, we discovered that Dr. Cade had been stealing money from the company for years. Millions of dollars hidden in secret accounts. We transferred all of that money before we died. Half went to a fund for Genesis victims. The other half went to an account in your name. There's $15 million there, Naomi. Enough to give you and Lily a beautiful life. Enough to never worry about money again. Enough to chase your dreams, whatever they are. This is my real last wish, that you use this money to be happy, to raise Lily in a good home, to go back to school if you want, to travel the world, to do whatever brings you joy. You deserve happiness, Naomi. You deserve peace. You deserve a life without fear. I love you. I will always love you. Even though we only had 3 weeks together, you became my whole world. Thank you for keeping your promises. Thank you for saving Lily. Thank you for stopping my father. And most of all, thank you for loving me back. Live well, live fully. And when you think of me, remember that knowing you was the best gift life ever gave me. Forever yours, Vincent. P.S. There's one more thing on the USB drive, a surprise for both you and Lily, but you'll have to watch it to find out what it is. Naomi read the letter 3 times, tears streaming down her face. Even in death, Vincent was still taking care of her, still trying to make sure she was okay. She plugged the USB drive into her laptop and saw 4 video files. For Naomi, watch first. For Lily, when she's older. The surprise, bank information. Naomi clicked on the first video. Vincent's face appeared on the screen, and her heart stopped. He was sitting on the hospital roof, their special place, with the New York skyline behind him. He looked tired but determined. "Hi, Naomi," Video Vincent said with that beautiful smile she'd fallen in love with. "If you're watching this, then I'm gone. And I'm so sorry I couldn't stay with you." Naomi put her hand on the screen, wishing she could touch him one more time. "I want you to know that the 3 weeks we spent together were the happiest of my life. Before I met you, I was just surviving, going through the motions, fighting my father's evil but not really living. You changed that. You made me want to live. You made me hope for a future." He looked down, gathering his thoughts. "I know you're probably sad right now, probably angry at me for leaving you. Maybe you're angry at yourself for not being able to save me. But Naomi, listen to me. You did save me. You saved me from loneliness. You saved me from giving up. You saved me from dying without knowing what love feels like." Tears blurred Naomi's vision. "I want you to live, Naomi. Really live. Fall in love again someday. Yes, I mean it. Find someone who makes you as happy as you made me. Have adventures. Take risks. Don't let what happened to us make you afraid of living." Vincent leaned closer to the camera. "Raise Lily with all the love her father and I never got from our father. Show her what a real family looks like. Teach her to be brave and kind and strong like you. And when she asks about me, tell her I loved her aunt more than anything in the world. Tell her I died protecting the people I loved. He smiled through his own tears. I have to go now. Victor is waiting for me. We're about to go confront Dr. Cole with what we know. I'm scared, but I'm also ready. Ready to end this. Ready to stop my father from hurting anyone else. Vincent put his hand on the camera lens, as if he could reach through the screen and touch her. Goodbye, my love. Until we meet again. The video ended. Naomi sat there crying for a long time. Then she opened the bank information file and stared at the numbers in shock. $15,300,000. All in her name. All legal. Victor had somehow laundered it through legitimate channels before he died. She and Lily were set for life. More than set. They could do anything. Be anything. Go anywhere. Naomi closed the laptop and looked around their small apartment. It was enough. More than enough. But with this money, they could have a house with a yard where Lily could play. They could travel. Naomi could go back to school, maybe become a doctor instead of a nurse. She could start a foundation for victims of medical experimentation. The possibilities were endless. That evening, after dinner, Naomi sat Lily down on the couch. Sweetheart, I need to tell you something important. Lily looked worried. Is it bad news? No, honey, it's good news. Very good news. Naomi took her hands. Do you remember Uncle Vincent? Of course. He loved you. He loved both of us. And before he died, he made sure we would be taken care of. He left us some money. A lot of money. Enough money that we never have to worry about anything ever again. Lily's eyes went wide. Really? Like, we're rich? Yes, we're rich. Which means we can move to a bigger house if you want. We can travel. We can do things we've always dreamed about. Can we go to Disneyland? Naomi laughed. Yes, we can definitely go to Disneyland. Can we get a dog? If you promise to help take care of it. Yes, 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 yes. Lily bounced on the couch with excitement. Then she stopped suddenly. But Naomi, are you still going to be my mom? Even though we're rich now? Naomi's heart melted. Of course. Nothing will ever change that. We're family, Lily, forever. Pinky promise? They linked pinkies. Pinky promise. That night, after Lily was asleep, Naomi made a decision. She clicked on the third video file. The surprise. Vincent's face appeared again, but this time he was standing in what looked like a lawyer's office. Hi again, he said. This is the surprise I mentioned. I've done something that I hope you'll understand and forgive me for. Naomi leaned closer to the screen. I've filed adoption papers on your behalf, legal documents that make you Lily's official mother, not just her guardian. They're already signed by me as her uncle and closest living relative. All you have to do is sign them too, and Lily will legally be your daughter. Naomi's hands flew to her mouth. I know this is a big decision. I know you're young and didn't plan on being a mother. But Naomi, you're already her mother in every way that matters. You love her. You protect her. You put her needs before your own. That's what makes someone a real parent, not biology, but love. Vincent smiled. The adoption papers are with my lawyer. His information is in the bank file. Call him whenever you're ready. Or don't. It's completely your choice. But I hope you'll say yes. I hope you'll officially become what you've already been for 6 months. Lily's mom. The video ended. Naomi sat in the darkness, thinking about everything. She was 24 years old. She'd survived trauma, witnessed murder, brought down a criminal empire, and become a mother, all in the span of 6 months. Most people would call that too much, would say she was too young, too inexperienced, too damaged to raise a child. But Naomi didn't care what most people thought. She looked at the closed door to Lily's bedroom. Behind that door was a 7-year-old girl who had lost everything. Her mother, her father, her uncle, her old life. a girl who had nightmares and fears and trauma that would take years to heal, but also a girl who laughed at Naomi's jokes, who hugged her every morning and every night, who called her Naomi but looked at her like a mom, who trusted her completely and loved her unconditionally. Naomi had promised Vincent she would take care of Lily, but somewhere along the way, it had stopped being just a promise. It had become her purpose, her joy, her reason for getting up every morning. She wasn't just keeping a promise anymore. She was being a mother, and she was good at it. The next morning, Naomi called Vincent's lawyer. "Hello, this is Naomi Chen. I'm calling about adoption papers for Lily Park." "Ah, Miss Chen. I've been expecting your call. Are you ready to proceed?" Naomi looked at Lily, who was eating cereal at the kitchen table, humming a song from her favorite movie. "Yes," Naomi said firmly. "I'm ready." 3 weeks later, Naomi stood in a courtroom in Portland with Lily beside her. The judge looked down at them kindly. "Miss Chen, do you understand that by adopting Lily Park, you're taking on full legal responsibility for her? You'll be her mother in every sense of the word." "Yes, Your Honor. I understand." "And Lily, do you understand that Miss Chen will be your mother now? That she'll take care of you and make decisions for you?" Lily looked up at Naomi with complete trust. "She's already my mom. This just makes it official." The judge smiled. "Well said. In that case, I'm happy to approve this adoption. Congratulations to both of you." Just like that, it was done. Naomi Chen was officially Lily's mother. Lily Park was officially Naomi's daughter. Outside the courthouse, they took a photo together, Lily holding the adoption certificate, both of them grinning. "Can I call you Mom now?" Lily asked. Naomi's eyes filled with happy tears. "I would love that." "Okay, Mom." Lily tested the word, smiling. "Mom, can we get ice cream to celebrate?" "Absolutely. What flavor?" "Chocolate. No, strawberry. No, both." "Both it is." They walked hand in hand down the street, just another mother and daughter going for ice cream on a spring afternoon. No one who saw them would know their story. No one would know about the tragedy and pain that had brought them together. They just looked like a family. And that's exactly what they were. That night, after Lily was asleep, Naomi sat on the balcony of their apartment looking at the stars. She thought about her parents, gone for 13 years. She thought about Diana, Victor, and Vincent, gone for 6 months. So much death, so much loss, but also so much love. Her parents had loved her enough to fight Genesis Pharmaceuticals, even knowing it might cost them their lives. Victor had loved Lily enough to sacrifice everything to protect her. Vincent had loved both of them enough to ensure they'd be taken care of after he was gone. And now Naomi loved Lily with that same fierce, protective love. The kind of love that would move mountains. The kind of love that had already brought down an empire. "Thank you," she whispered to the stars, hoping Vincent could hear her wherever he was. "Thank you for trusting me with her. Thank you for believing I could do this. I promise I'll make you proud." A shooting star streaked across the sky. Naomi smiled. Maybe it was just coincidence, or maybe it was Vincent's way of saying, "You already have." 3 months later, Naomi and Lily moved into a beautiful house in the suburbs of Portland. 3 bedrooms, a big backyard, and enough room for the golden retriever puppy Lily had been begging for. Naomi named the puppy Vincent. Lily thought it was the perfect name. Naomi also enrolled in nursing school again, this time to become a nurse practitioner specializing in trauma care. She wanted to help people who had survived terrible things, the way she and Lily had survived. She also started a foundation called the Vincent and Victor Park Foundation for Medical Ethics. It provided legal help and financial support to victims of medical experimentation. Thousands of Genesis victims applied for help, and Naomi made sure every single one got the support they needed. Jessica Wang wrote a book about the Genesis scandal. It became a bestseller. She donated half the proceeds to Naomi's foundation. Dr. Alexander Cade was convicted on 47 counts of murder, conspiracy, and crimes against humanity. He was sentenced to life in prison without possibility of parole. He would die in a cell, alone, with no one to mourn him. Dr. Miranda Cole received 25 years in exchange for her testimony. She would be an old woman before she got out, if she got out at all. Every other Genesis executive was either in prison or awaiting trial. The company itself was dissolved, its assets seized and distributed to victims. Justice, imperfect as it was, had been served. On the one-year anniversary of Vincent's death, Naomi and Lily visited New York. They went to the cemetery where Vincent and Victor were buried side by side. Naomi had bought a beautiful headstone with both their names. Vincent Park, beloved son, brother, doctor, hero. He lived to protect others. Victor Park, beloved father, brother, fighter, hero. He died to save his daughter. Lily placed flowers on both graves. Hi, Daddy. Hi, Uncle Vincent. It's me, Lily. I'm 8 now. I'm doing good in school. I have a dog named Vincent, and... She looked at Naomi. And I have the best mom in the whole world. She takes care of me just like you wanted, Daddy. She makes me breakfast and helps with my homework and tucks me in every night. She tells me stories about you and Uncle Vincent. She makes sure I remember you. Tears ran down Naomi's face as she listened. I miss you both so much, Lily continued. But I'm happy. Mom makes sure I'm happy. She keeps all her promises, just like you asked her to. Naomi knelt beside Lily and added her own words. Vincent, you asked me to fulfill your last wish, to save Lily, to stop your father, to live a good life. I've done all of that. But the truth is, Lily saved me just as much as I saved her. She gave me purpose. She gave me family. She gave me a reason to be brave. She placed her hand on Vincent's headstone. I still love you. I'll always love you. You were my first love, and part of me will always belong to you. But I'm learning to live again, to smile again, to hope for the future. That's what you wanted for me, right? The wind rustled through the trees, almost like an answer. We're okay, Vincent. Both of us. We're going to be okay. As they walked back to their rental car, Lily slipped her hand into Naomi's. Mom, do you think Daddy and Uncle Vincent can see us from heaven? I think so, baby. I think they're watching over us all the time. Good, because I want them to see how happy we are. I want them to know their plan worked. Naomi smiled. What plan? The plan to make us a family. Uncle Vincent gave me to you because he knew we needed each other, and he was right. We're perfect together. Out of the mouths of babes, Naomi thought. Yes, sweetheart, we're perfect together. That night, in their hotel room, Naomi finally watched the second video, the one Vincent had made for Lily to watch when she was older. But she decided that 18 was too long to wait. Lily deserved to hear her uncle's words now, while she was still young enough to carry them with her as she grew. She called Lily over to the laptop. Honey, I have something to show you. It's a video Uncle Vincent made for you before he died. Lily's eyes went wide. Really? Can we watch it? Yes. Are you ready? Lily climbed onto Naomi's lap, and they pressed play together. Vincent's face filled the screen. He was smiling, but his eyes were sad. Hi, Lily. You probably don't remember me very well. You were only 6 the last time we saw each other, but I'm your Uncle Vincent, your daddy's brother. Lily leaned closer to the screen. Your daddy asked me to make this video for you because he wanted you to know how much he loved you. He loved you more than anything in the world, Lily. You were his sunshine, his reason for living. Vincent's voice got thick with emotion. Your daddy made some mistakes in his life. He got involved with some bad people and did some things he regretted. But everything he did was to protect you and your mom. He was trying to make the world safer for you. When your mom died, your daddy was heartbroken. But he didn't give up because he still had you. You gave him hope. You gave him a reason to keep fighting. And when he knew he might not make it, he made sure you would go to someone who would love you as much as he did. Someone kind and brave and strong. Someone named Naomi. Lily looked up at Naomi, who was crying silently. I met Naomi, and I understood why your daddy trusted her. She's special, Lily. She's the kind of person who keeps promises, who fights for what's right, who loves with her whole heart. Vincent smiled through his tears. So here's what I want you to know, Lily. You have two angels watching over you now, your daddy and me. We're so proud of you. We're so proud of the person you're becoming, and we're so grateful that Naomi is raising you. Be good to her, okay? She gave up a lot to take care of you. She left her old life behind. She faced danger to keep you safe. She became your mom because she loves you, not because she had to. And Lily, when you grow up, remember where you came from. Remember that your daddy was a hero who died fighting evil. Remember that your Uncle Vincent loved you enough to make sure you'd have a good life. Remember that your mom, Naomi, chose you. Chose to love you. Chose to be your family. Vincent put his hand on his heart. I love you, Lily Park. Your daddy loves you. And I know Naomi loves you too. You're going to have a beautiful life. I can feel it. Goodbye, sweetheart, until we meet again in heaven. The video ended. Lily was quiet for a long moment. Then she turned and threw her arms around Naomi's neck. Thank you for choosing me, Mom. Thank you for keeping Uncle Vincent's promise. Naomi held her tight, both of them crying happy tears. Thank you for letting me be your mom. Thank you for filling my life with love. They sat there for a long time, holding each other, grieving and celebrating at the same time. Grieving for Vincent and Victor and all they'd lost. Celebrating the family they'd become despite everything. 5 years later. Naomi stood in her office at Portland Memorial Hospital. She'd finished her nurse practitioner degree and was now working in the trauma unit, helping patients who had survived terrible things. On her desk were photos, one of her parents, one of Vincent and Victor, and a large one of her and Lily at Lily's 12th birthday party. Lily was thriving. She was in 7th grade now, getting straight A's, playing soccer and talking about maybe becoming a doctor someday like her Uncle Vincent. The nightmares had stopped. The sadness had faded. She was just a normal, happy kid with a normal, happy life. Exactly what Vincent had wanted. Naomi's phone buzzed. A text from Lily. Mom, I made the soccer team. I'm starting forward. Can we celebrate with pizza tonight? Naomi smiled and texted back. Absolutely. I'm so proud of you. I'll pick you up after practice. Another text came through. This one from Jessica Wang. Have you seen the news? The last Genesis executive just got sentenced. 20 years. It's finally over. Every single one of them is in prison. Naomi turned on her computer and looked at the news article. There was a photo of the courthouse and a quote from the prosecutor. This case would not have been possible without the bravery of Naomi Chen and the sacrifice of Vincent and Victor Park. They are the true heroes of this story. After 6 years, it was really over. Every person responsible for the deaths of her parents, Vincent, Victor, Diana, and thousands of others, was behind bars. Justice had been served. Naomi closed her eyes and whispered, "We did it, Vincent. We kept all our promises." That evening, Naomi and Lily had pizza at their favorite restaurant. Lily talked excitedly about soccer and school and her friends. She was so alive, so full of joy. As Naomi watched her, she realized something important. Vincent's last wish hadn't just been about saving Lily. It had been about saving Naomi too. By giving her Lily to love and protect, Vincent had given Naomi a reason to heal, a reason to move forward, a reason to build a new life instead of drowning in grief. Lily had saved her just as much as she'd saved Lily. They were each other's last wish, each other's second chance, each other's family. "Mom?" Lily said, pulling her out of her thoughts. "You're doing that thing where you look at me all sappy and emotional." Naomi laughed. Sorry. I just love you so much. I love you too, even when you're embarrassing. I'm your mom. Being embarrassing is part of my job. Lily rolled her eyes but smiled. Can I tell you something? Of course. Sometimes I wonder what my life would have been like if Daddy and Uncle Vincent hadn't died. If everything had been normal. Naomi's heart clenched. What do you think it would have been like? I don't know. Different, I guess. Maybe I'd have lived in New York. Maybe I'd have seen Uncle Vincent and you fall in love and get married. Maybe we'd still be a family, just a different kind. Does it make you sad? Thinking about that? Lily thought for a moment. A little. But mostly I'm just grateful for what I have. I have you. I have our house. I have Vincent the dog. I have friends and soccer and a good life. She looked up at Naomi. Uncle Vincent's last wish came true, Mom. I'm safe. I'm happy. I'm loved. That's what he wanted, right? That's exactly what he wanted. Then we did good. We kept his promise. Naomi reached across the table and took Lily's hand. We did more than good, sweetheart. We turned something terrible into something beautiful. We turned loss into love. We turned a last wish into a whole life. That's pretty poetic, Mom. I have my moments. They finished their pizza and walked home through the warm spring evening. Vincent the dog greeted them at the door with enthusiastic barking and tail wagging. As Naomi tucked Lily into bed that night, the now 12-year-old looked up at her seriously. Mom, when I grow up, I want to help people like Uncle Vincent did. I want to be a doctor and save lives and stop bad people from hurting others. You can be anything you want to be, Lily. I'll support you no matter what. Will you tell me more stories about Uncle Vincent tomorrow? About how he was as a doctor? I'd love to. And Mom? One more thing? What's that? Thank you for being the best last wish anyone ever had. Naomi's eyes filled with tears. Oh, sweetheart, you were my last wish too. You and Vincent. You both saved me. She kissed Lily's forehead and turned off the light. In the hallway, Naomi paused and looked at the photo hanging on the wall. It was the only one she had of Vincent, taken by another nurse the day they'd saved that little boy's life, the day they'd first kissed. Vincent was smiling at the camera, but his eyes were looking at someone just off frame, looking at her. Thank you, Naomi whispered to the photo. Thank you for your last wish. Thank you for Lily. Thank you for giving me a reason to be brave. She could almost hear his voice in response. Thank you for keeping your promise. Thank you for being the hero I always knew you were. Naomi went to her own room and pulled out the letter Vincent had written her, the one she'd received 6 months after his death. She'd read it hundreds of times, but it never failed to bring comfort. She read the last lines again. Live well. Live fully. And when you think of me, remember that knowing you was the best gift life ever gave me. I am living well, Naomi said softly. I'm living fully. And I remember you every single day. You were my gift too, Vincent. You and Lily both. She put the letter back in its special box and got ready for bed. As she drifted off to sleep, Naomi thought about everything that had happened. 6 years ago, she'd been a young, inexperienced nurse who'd fallen in love with the wrong person at the wrong time. But love was never wrong, even when it ended in tragedy. Love had given her Lily. Love had given her purpose. Love had made her brave enough to fight an evil empire and win. Vincent's last wish had been for her to save Lily and live a good life. She'd done both. And somewhere, in whatever came after death, Naomi hoped Vincent knew that, hoped he was proud, hoped he understood that his sacrifice had meant something. His last wish had changed 2 lives forever, Lily's and Naomi's. And that wish, born from love and sealed with trust, would echo through the years to come. Through Lily's childhood and teenage years, through her graduation and first love, through her wedding and her own children someday. Vincent's last wish had created a legacy. A family built not on blood, but on choice, on love, on promises kept. And that legacy would last forever. This is the end. Thank you for following Naomi and Lily's journey. If this story touched your heart, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with someone who needs to hear a story about love, loss, and the power of keeping promises. Remember, family isn't just about blood. Family is about who shows up when you need them most. Family is about promises kept and love that endures beyond death. Comment below. What would your last wish be for someone you love? Let's celebrate the power of selfless love together. Until next time, remember that even in our darkest moments, we have the power to turn tragedy into triumph, loss into love, and a last wish into a beautiful life.